Making our way through the documentation for Blender 4.0, we are going to explore more means of navigating the 3D editor in this video. If you like this content and wish to support it, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. Last time we learned the basics of navigation. Now let's look at flying and walking in 3D space. If your scene has started getting a little bit too large, you can find that it might be a bit hard to navigate. Normally, you would only be able to look around from where you are at, but wouldn't it be better if you could traverse it more freely, right? In Blender, you can fly or walk by going to the View, Navigation, and selecting which mode you would like. You can also do this by pressing Shift plus the accent key, which is objectively just faster. The accent key is the key located just below the escape keyboard on most keyboards. If you want to change which mode is the default, you can go to Edit, Preferences, Navigation, and change to whichever you like. I personally just want to leave it on Walk, as I have more granular control over how I move than I do with Fly. While flying or walking can be a quick way to navigate a large scene, it's also useful for positioning a camera. When walking or flying is activated from a camera view, which is done by pressing numpad 0, the camera will move along with you, allowing you to position it. You can record the path you take by entering a camera view, enabling auto-keying in the timeline, which is the little white dot, starting animation playback, and finally activating fly-walk navigation. The path will be recorded as camera keyframes, which can then be used for rendering. Animation playback can't be controlled while fly-walk navigation is active, so when you're done recording, you first need to exit the navigation with left mouse button before you can stop playback. Now that we have covered that, let's discuss the controls that allow you to actually fly or walk. These navigation methods behave like a typical first-person game. It works with a combination of keyboard keys and mouse movement. To walk around the scene, either enable it from the View and Navigation option, or press the hotkey. Then move the mouse in the direction you want to look and use the keys any of the following keys to walk around the scene. When you are happy with the new view, press left mouse button to confirm. In case you want to go back to where you started, press Escape or the right mouse button. All of these keys are also listed in the status bar while navigating down at the bottom of the screen. Settings like mouse sensitivity and default speed can be adjusted in the preferences. You can use the W or up arrow key to move forward. Likewise, the S or down arrow key goes backwards. A and D, as well as the left and right arrow keys, handle the horizontal strafes. If you do not have gravity enabled, E and Q will let you move up and down in space. Pressing the spacebar will teleport to the location at the crosshair, offset by the camera height value, which can be set in the preferences. Scrolling the mouse wheel up or pressing the numpad plus will increase your movement space. Likewise, mouse wheel down or numpad minus does the opposite. Holding Shift will speed up the movement temporarily until you release it. Alt will do the opposite and slow down the movement temporarily. Let's add a plane here and let's scale it up and fly over it. If we turn gravity on with the tab key, we will fall and land on it, much like we are playing a video game now. Now you can press V to jump. To increase how high or how short the jump is, you can do so with the comma and period keys respectively. If somehow you got the camera tilted, you can press Z to correct the Z-axis of the view. Smoothly roll it to ensure it's upright, not tilted to a side. Flying around is much like walking, except that it doesn't just stop when you let go of keys. Most of the directional keys allow you to accelerate. All of the same keys apply to flying as walking. To move the mouse outside the safe zone in the direction you want to look. To exit, click the left mouse button or press the spacebar to keep the current view and exit fly navigation. In case you want to go back to where you started, press Escape or the right mouse button. The middle mouse button will drag to pan the view. Flying will pause while you're doing this. Control will disable rotation while held down. The view rotation doesn't influence the flight direction. This allows you to fly past an object, keeping it centered in the view even as you fly away from it. Pressing Z or X will toggle axis correction. If enabled, the view will pitch or roll to the respective axis. And that will do it for this video on flying and walking in 3D space in Blender 4.0. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you like content like this, and see you next time.